Welcome to Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. I love onions, so I'm going to plant some. Show you how to do it. Now, I already have onions growing. These are bunching onions, and they're doing just fine. And I've got some over here, and I've got some spread around in different places in the garden. Bunching onions are just green onions, and you treat them as such. They don't bulb up. These particular bunching onions are Ishikura from Kitazawa seed, and I started these from seed, and they grow through our hot summers, and they last. And as you can see, they can take a freeze. They've been in there since before the freeze. This year, I discovered Bonnie Plants has grown some onion starts. Normally, I order from Dixondale, which is like the world standard for onion starts. But I saw these at my local store, and I thought, well, I'll just try these. Well, look what I found. Short day onions. I don't have to order from the online place that I normally order from, Dixondale Farms. And these are a little bit more developed than you would get from Dixondale Farms. And Bonnie typically grows things that are appropriate for the region. And these short day onions are what we're looking for. Got a lot of variety to choose from as well. Let's get some. They're a little bit bigger than Dixondale gives you, and they look quite nice. So I've got a yellow one, a purple one, and a white onion. And unfortunately, they don't put the particular variety on the label. They were on the box, and I forgot what they are. But these are short day onions. Here in the South, we have to grow short day onions. Not intermediate day or long day. Those are for more northern zones. Short day onions need 10 to 12 hours of daylight before they start bulbing up, and they do well here. Now, I've prepared my soil by tilling it up a bit with the scuffle hoe to get it nice and loose. And when you plant onions, you only want to put them in about an inch deep. And they look all dry and pathetic right now, but they'll do fine. These are kind of stuck together. Let me see if I can find some that aren't. And you just drop them in a hole. I'm making a hole with a stick here, about an inch deep. Just drop them in, just like that, and fill in around them. These onions will begin to grow, and in about, well, whenever we get our short days right, they will start to bulb up. Onions like a lot of nitrogen fertilizer at first, and they like a lot of phosphorus later on down the line to grow. So be sure that you fertilize, and they like fertilizer right off the bat. Again, don't plant them too deeply. An inch will do. So let's make our holes about 4 inches apart. These are going to bulk up about the size of a baseball, so you want to give them room to do that. You want to give them room to bulk up and not force each other apart. So these roots are all stuck together. Just break them apart. Let's get some of these in. What do you think, Phoebe? You don't like onions, do you? Phoebe eats from my garden quite a bit, and there's no telling what she's going to take a liking to. So we'll just drop these in the holes about an inch deep and water them in. I got my stick here so I can keep my rows nice and straight. The thing about onions is a single onion plant doesn't take up that much space, and you can plug these in different places in your garden. If you want to grow onions successfully, again, keep on top of fertilization. They do require good fertilizing or they won't work for you. So I love growing onions in the garden, and it's not that difficult. Now you can start these from seed, but you got to start them. These look like they're probably about 3 months old. So you got to start them in the fall and grow them up from seed until they get large enough to plant out. It's easy enough. I just never remember to start them from seed. Pretty quick process here. And you can plant these onions before your average last frost date. My average last frost date is March the 1st here in Zone 9A. Onions can take a freeze, they can take some frost. So you can put them out early Where's my stick? There it is. They say that they say that a 4-foot wide garden bed is ideal for being able to reach over into the middle. If I were to build a raised bed again, I'd make it 3 feet wide. 4 feet wide is just a little bit, well, it's hard on the knees, to be honest, on these concrete blocks. I've considered putting a board over the top, something soft, a pad when I do this, but you know, that's just one more thing. All right, get another row of white onions in. Some of these are pretty big. Some of them started to look like they want to bulb up already. Don't use those. Get these young onions that aren't bulbed up yet. All right, so it looks like I'm going to get 3 rows of each variety with some of the weaklings that I separate out left over. Again, these are Bonnie plants. It's got a lot of roots on it. We'll stick that one down in there. Bonnie plants generally do well for me. I like Bonnie plants. A lot of gardeners scoff at the idea of buying starts at the store. You know, like, oh, you're not a real gardener if you don't start all your garden from seed. Well, that's nonsense. Someone starts it from seed if they're going to do it for you, and you're going to be willing to pay the money for their labor, then why not get some starts? The benefit of starts is just that you save the labor. The downside of buying starts is that it's expensive, comparatively speaking, when talking about, you know, the price of starting seeds. You can start seeds, you can get a seed pack for $3 and get, you know, a couple hundred onion plants out of it for $3. And your cost is generally pretty nominal on your supplies if you're already set up. So, yeah, pluses and minuses. I don't mind buying starts from Bonnie Seeds. They do me a service. You know, I don't remember how much I paid for these 3 packs of onions, but it was certainly worth it in my mind. I love purple onions. I showed you, it might have been last year, with the onions we harvested, how to do a Mexican pickled purple onion. And man, that was good. And they went quick. Again with the knees, man. I gotta find a pad or something as I get older. This is no fun. Gardening's supposed to be fun, isn't it? Okay, just like I've discovered, I get 3 rows of each variety. So we'll have 9 rows total in our garden. All this dead and dry material that's on these, the leaves that have dried up, you don't have to worry about that. Onions grow from the center. And you can see that they'll just shoot right up for you through that dead material. We'll catch those others from the other side. This is the Hole Maker 5000. I strongly recommend you get one. Onions don't like weeds. They don't like competition. So come in here and remove the weeds as you see them. You could mulch it to suppress those weeds, and you're off to a start here. Gonna go ahead and fertilize these for the first time. Get some rainwater here. Now you can't see the label, but this is Neptune's Harvest fish-based fertilizer, and it's just an all-around good fertilizer. And Phoebe likes it. No, it stinks. So we'll go put that on our onions. This will help settle these plants in and get them nice and firm in the soil so that they don't get beat down too much by the thunderstorms tomorrow. but it also gives them that little kick of nitrogen that they need. I like this fertilizer. Neptune. General purpose tomato and vegetable. I don't remember what it's called. Neptune's Harvest. Good products. I use this on my tomatoes. Fertilize every 3 weeks. And man, were they awesome. So, apart from having good quality soil, low dose organic fertilizers like this are a good idea. Not chemicals, not the synthetic stuff. That can build up bad compounds in your soil over time. If you pay attention to agriculture, you know that, man, so much of our farmlands are getting less and less useful, less fertile, because of all the chemicals that have been pumped into those soils and the salts and the compounds that are being left behind. Just no good. It's hard to overuse this liquid fertilizer. It is low dose, but it is just so good for the garden. I wish this company would sponsor me. I'd sell a bunch of their stuff. Hey, if you'd like to help our channel, if you find our content worthwhile and you need seeds, go down to the link in the description to Seeds for Generations. And if you use my link, you'll be supporting our channel and helping us out a bit. Seeds for Generations is a family-run business. They're good folks. They have good quality seed, and I use them every year for seeds. So, Seeds for Generations, use our link below. You'll be helping out our channel. There's our onions. Nice. What else is going on in the garden? Well, not much. Let me show you. This broccolini has bolted. This one's got some little florets on there we could eat. Got some leeks plugged in here. They're not doing real great yet because I started them late. That was kind of an afterthought. The freeze killed everything off where there's bare areas. We saved this cabbage, and these 3 cabbages, but those 3 cabbages are not doing well, so I'm going to pull them up. Leeks are doing superb. Going to get some mulch on there. Yeah. Again, bare area where the freeze killed stuff off. I've been keeping that relatively weed-free. And our purple cabbages. I saved some cauliflower. We have a few carrots that survived. I think I'll leave those carrots there. I'm going to put tomatoes. I believe I'm going to put tomatoes over there. And we can just interplant the tomatoes with the carrots. Yeah. But that is a good day right there. Hey, thank you for joining me today on Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. If you'd like to learn how to grow vegetables in a backyard garden like this, in a small space, subscribe to my channel and follow along and see if we've got any worthy content that you might enjoy. If we've earned your subscription, hit the bell notification too so you won't miss any videos. As the spring ramps up and all the garden tasks come together kind of all at once during the spring, we'll have a lot of videos. I've got some muscadine grape pruning to do. I've got some tending to my dead citrus tree that isn't quite dead, but we'll have to in the later spring take most of that tree down, and that's going to be a job of work. We've got crops to plant. I've started seeds already. My last video showed you that. I'm going to grow a lot of tomatoes and peppers this year. Show you how to grow those. And, well, just join us if you're interested in backyard gardening. Hey, thank you for coming along. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye. I like a sweet onion. I like a sharp onion. I think my favorite, if I had to pick one, is this purple onion. I like them raw in salads. I like them. I just like them. I like the flavor. Yeah, I think it's the purple onion.